The next major topic we're going to talk about is PCI compliance. PCI stands for Payment Card Industry. So if you're going to be taking credit cards on your e-commerce website, which you probably will, your vendor and you have to be fully PCI compliant. If you're not, what it means is that you could potentially get fined in the event of a breach. And as we've all heard, they happen. So what we have to do is your vendor should be PCI compliant. That should be confirmed as audited by an external security assessor. Now what that means, it's a very expensive process, but it's one that your vendor must undergo. If they're not doing it, run, because that means you are liable for any breach that occurs. It's not good, okay? Data security is a big part of that as well. You all know about the CCPR and the GDPR acts that are coming down. These are privacy acts. Right now, we're not forced into compliance, but it's coming, okay? People are getting tired of their information being sold, which is what the GDPR and the California Privacy Act also address. Now, we do not gather private information and resell it. We just don't. Our systems were never designed to do that. We don't think it's a good idea, but it's important that you're aware of these regulations. PCI compliance is a big one, because if you get breached and you're not PCI compliant, they're going to prohibit you from taking credit cards ever again, not to mention the millions of dollars in fines that you could be assessed. So it's not worth the risk. Your vendor must be able to provide you with a certification. It's a certificate that the security assessor issues certifying that you are fully compliant. Everything you do is protecting their data and taking care of it. So you must have a copy of that on file, because your credit card company will ask you for it. And if your vendor can't supply it, leave, go somewhere else. It's not worth the risk. It could actually cost you your company, if you think about it. If you were levied a $25 million fine from Visa because you breached 100,000 credit card numbers, could you afford it? I couldn't afford it. And you need to think about that as you're protecting your business. So your vendor is an integral part of that, but you also have a requirement to be PCI compliant. Now yours are not as stringent as ours are, because we process hundreds of thousands and millions of credit cards. So, but it's important that you're aware of the rules that you do have to follow. So do not overlook this. This is really important.